Hey everyone, Pupsker here. So, I thought today, for the joyous year of 2022, we should look over all of the Prime mods so far brought into Warframe. If you didn't know, there's probably around like 40, maybe 30 to 50 mods, actually, primed mods, and they have various uses at this point. A lot of them just I don't bother using, mainly because they have very niche uses, and if you want to use them, you'll be swapping out so many other mods. So let's take a look at all the Prime mods. These show off all the ones I have, and I'm only luckily missing one, and it is only a magazine capacity one. As you can see, I haven't maxed out a lot of my Prime mods because, oh dear God, is that kind of a hassle. It's gonna take a lot of time, and it's just not something I'm prioritizing yet. So, without further ado, let's take a look one by one. We have a primed continuity, which is straight up ability duration for your Warframe. Naturally, really good, useful, must have. You have primed flow, which is energy max for your Warframe. This one, for the most part, is straight up like for fun, for a like ease of use type, but sometimes it can be like a necessity. Just, I stopped using it more so this year, as it's been more so just like for ease of use again, right? I only used it just like for comfort, but I don't really need it anymore. But on certain frames, Prime Flow is still great, and I would definitely get it. Primed Ravage must have shotgun crit damage mod. Like, obviously, this will replace every type of crit damage, right? So like this is a must-have, of course. Primed Point Blank, well, unless you have like the other one. Anyways, Primed Point Blank for just straight up shotgun damage. You can't be mad at that one as well. Must have, 10 out of 10, would recommend. Primed Chilling Grasp for shotgun cold damage. Again, necessity, must have, great stuff. Primed Pistol Gambit. So this only gives like 13% less crit chance than the one that takes away fire rate as well, so this one's actually pretty nice, so all in all, great. Primed Target Cracker, must have, 10 out of 10, would recommend. It is amazing and does crit damage, like what else do you need? Then Primed Heated Charge, just a buttload of heat damage. Great stuff, right? Then you have Primed Reach, which is awesome utility mod, much like Primed Flow. This one though is on melee, and it just gives +3 range, which is actually a lot of range if you think about it. Primed Animal Instinct, which has loot radar and enemy radar. Whenever Baro brings this one around, it is 100% a must-have. Next, you have Primed Derbito Lined Barrel, which is a must-have for arc guns whenever this shows up, because more arc gun damage is just great, and at this point, arc guns do a lot of damage, so it's good. Primed Sure-Footed also is, for a lot of people, a must-have. If you're lazy like me, you might just not care and not throw this on. There's also weapon augments, or like mods, sorry, that can also resist knockdown, so this isn't technically a must-have, but I would definitely 100% get it and say it's a must-have if you like using a lot of explosive weapons near you, but there are ways around that, so it's not as important as others could be, but it's still really good. Primed Firestorm, great rifle blast radius. I don't use this, it's a utility mod, right? But it's still great and really useful if you like it. Here we have Primed Cryo Rounds, which is rifle cryo damage. Great stuff, 10 out of 10, get it. Primed Fury. So Primed Fury used to be a lot better, but I mean, like, let's be real here with Berserker Fury, you don't see a lot of people using Primed Fury anymore these days, which is kind of sad. You'd kind of think that like Prime mods would be the best mods, but it's weird that a lot of Prime mods are getting cycled out for hybrid-esque type, like take away some stats, give some stats, or like build up combo mods. So Warframe's weird, future of Warframe is changing, right? Primed Fury, it's good, but it's not actually a must-have anymore. Then you have Primed Fever Strike, which is a melee toxin. Get this whenever Baro swings by. Must-have, of course. Love it. Primed Vigor. This one, I would say, is not at all a must-have. It's more so if you just want it. It definitely can replace the health or shield mods, like, if you do end up using those, right? But those aren't usually necessary in their entire capacity, so Primed Vigor itself, meh. Primed charged shell, electricity shotgun, obviously like any elemental weapon damage mod is just good, so get it. Primed quick draw, 64% reload speed, right? Reload speed for pistol, great stuff. Should probably get that if you plan on running certain long reload pistols, but yeah. You have primed pressure point here, which, at this point, primed pressure point is outclassed by umbral mods and by condition overload, really, so less of a must-have, but if it's Baro, right, get it whenever he swings by. I would say primed morphic transformer, ability, strength for your Arcwing, is also a must-have. I actually don't use a ton of my abilities on my Arcwing, so maybe not as much as a must-have as it could be, but hey, still great. Then you have primed fast hands, which is rifle reload speed. As you can see, I don't use it as much either because I don't use ridiculously long reload rifles or a ton of just hard utility mods a lot, but still good, still good. So primed chamber. See how it says it drops from a Grineer Informer? Yeah, well, most of us have gotten Prime Chamber from Baro or like Tennokan, right? So that's Prime Chamber. It's a weird one. It's technically a Prime, but not a Primed. It shares the Prime name, but it doesn't share the proper Prime mod's status. So I think you can technically, put on like Prime Chamber and then like Chamber on at the same time because they're a little weird and Prime Chamber's odd, but they may have fixed that by now and I could just be straight up wrong. Yeah, Repreg Prime Magazine Warp. So now we have all of the like Expel mods, right? We have Primed Bane of the Corpus, Grineer, Corrupted, and then Infested, which is just straight up for each weapon, shotgun, pistol, rifle, does more damage to certain factions. Infested, Grineer, Corrupted, or Corpus. Grab these if you ever want to use them. They're a must-have if you ever want to do later farm runs, like do even more damage. They're not a necessity by any means. I don't use them because I don't want to swap out my mods a lot and make a ton of loadouts just for mods like these. So more of a personal choice on that one. Still really good though if you want to do all the damage. Primed Magazine Warp. I think this one's just magazine capacity for rifles. I'll grab it whenever it shows up again. I totally forgot when it showed up, but I don't really care because utility mod, right? Primed Rifle Ammo Mutation. This one can be really good, right? But only certain weapons would use it. Same with Primed Shotgun Ammo Mutation, but oh well. Primed Tactical Pump is shotgun reload speed, which if you think about it, it's probably a little better because a lot of shotguns have longer reloads, so I would definitely think about picking this up. Maybe I'll start using it eventually. I need to build out more shotguns though. Oh, here it is. The pistol damage to Corpus, Corrupted, Grineer, Infested. Wow. All right there. And then you have Primed Slip Magazine, which is magazine capacity for pistol. You have Primed Pistol Ammo Mutation, Primed Fulmination, which is Pistol Blast Radius, because there are AoE pistols, not a ton, but there are some, like the, Icarius, I believe? Yeah. Primed Smite to Corpus. Oh, this one's melee damage to, like, factions. Also really good. Then you have Primed Heavy Trauma, which is more impact damage. Primed Regen, which if you're going to use Sentinels, definitely get this, but if you have Vulpaphilas, you might be using Sentinels a little less, but yeah, definitely want to max that out. And then a Primed Pack Leader. Should probably max that out as well if you really want to use it, but it's not a must-have because of how the game works. So those are all of the Primed mods. I just have to pick up my Primed Magazine Warp, which is literally Primed Slip Magazine, but for rifles, so it's not like super important whatsoever, as you can see. So yeah, those are all the Primed mods so far in 2022, starting off in Warframe. So if you like the video, remember to like, comment down below. You can share the video out, it's up to you. And I will see you next time. Peace.